been reported that the Biden administration is nearing a decision on how much they're going to forgive on the student loan crisis. And I did a poll on my community tab stating that President Biden had 3 options with the student loan forgiveness. No student loan forgiveness, 10,000 in student loan forgiveness, or 50,000 in student loan forgiveness. And 52% of you said possibly 10,000 in student loan forgiveness. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think 10,000 in student loan forgiveness, or do you think 50,000 in student loan forgiveness? I'm pretty much maybe, I think we're closer than we think. So I'm maybe like 85-15, but we're definitely gonna have to see. In this video, we're gonna talk about the student loan forgiveness, and I'm gonna give you guys an update on my student loan payoff. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, where we believe small changes can create big results. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We talk about how to get your money straight, how to increase your credit score, and how to use your credit cards like a debit card. With 45 million Americans in $1.7 trillion in student loan debt, President Biden and the administration really need to decide what are going to be the next actions with the student loan crisis. You know, in my opinion, I don't really think that President Biden ever really wanted to tackle the student loans. When we think back to the election, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, they were the main people really talking about the student loan crisis. And Elizabeth Warren was wanting to forgive 50,000 in student loan debt, and Bernie Sanders was wanting to forgive all of the student loan debt. And it wasn't until the very end where Biden and Harris was saying, well, really Biden, he was saying that I will forgive $10,000 right now if I'm elected as president. And now it's been, what, 2 years and he hasn't done anything? But the Senate Democrats are not letting him forget what he's saying, but they're really pressuring him to forgive 50,000 in student loan debt. But he never was wanting to forgive 50,000 in student loan debt. So in my opinion, that is not on the table, but I could see 10,000 in student loan forgiveness, possibly. We have been on a student loan forbearance since March of 2020, and President Biden has extended the no student loan payment and no interest, I want to say probably like 2 or 3 times since he has been in office already. And he had extended the no student loan or no interest until August 31st. But I really feel like he should have been go ahead and extended it until December 31st, and that would have bought him a little bit of more time. But now with the midterm elections right around the corner, he's really getting pressured to forgive some of the student loan debt. So we're going to have to see sooner than later, what is he going to do? Now, when I was reading the article, it was stating that 33% of the current borrowers actually owe less than $10,000. And so that's why they were thinking that 10,000 would be a really good number. 20% of borrowers owe 20 to 40,000, and 21% of borrowers owe 40 to 100,000. And I actually owe about $54,600 in student loans. And when we started the student loan forbearance in March of 2020, I actually owed about 60,000 in student loan debt. So to actually finally get to see my student loans going down, I'm really excited about that. And I think that it's because the no student loan interest. And since I have been talking about the student loan crisis, I really feel like they should tackle the interest, because that's really what's eating up, you know, when you're paying the principal on your student loans. Because I think that my student loan interest is about 6.8%. So I'm like, if they can extend the no student loan interest on student loans, I would be very happy about that. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be happy if they forgave 10 or even 50,000 in student loan debt, because if they forgave 50,000 in student loan debt, then I would only owe like $4,000. But I don't feel like forgiving any amount of student loan debt that's going to actually be the fix that we need. Now, since I've been talking about student loans, I actually have my list of how I think they should tackle the student loans. So my top 5 list on how to tackle. So my top 5 is: number 5, flee the U.S. to escape your student loans. Number 4 is to forgive $10,000, $25,000, or $50,000 in student loans. Number 3 is to revamp the student loan forgiveness program. Number 2 is to only make borrowers pay back the principal of student loans. And my number 1 is either to extend the no interest or eliminate interest on student loans, because I really feel like tackling the student loan interest will really assist in paying down the student loans fast. Because right now, even though I had kept paying my student loans from March of 2022, I want to say about November 2020, and then I stopped paying my student loans, and then I had paid my auto loan off in a year. But the company that I work for, they actually make a payment of $100 a month on my student loans. And then I finally, y'all, was dragging my feet and I finally started paying back on my student loans. I'm the same as Joe Biden, because he's dragging his feet on what he want to do. And so I was dragging my feet. And I finally made a payment on my student loans in May. I paid $20, and then I paid $386 on my student loans. But to see that my student loans are actually decreasing over the 2 years, because it seemed like my student loans were at $60,000 forever. And I know for sure that it seemed like 1 year when I had consolidated my student loans, it seemed like for 1 whole year, all of the payment that I made went all to interest and no principal. And so that's why I'm saying that they need to only make us pay back the principal, or decrease the interest rates, or no interest rates, because I think that's the way to go. I really feel like they need more consumer protections around student loans, because y'all know that Biden was the one that elected to not be able to discharge your student loans in bankruptcy. As you can see, my top pick would definitely be to eliminate student loan interest first, and then possibly consider forgiving some of the student loan debt, because I really don't think that forgiving student loans first would really tackle the student loan crisis unless they're going to make it a multi-layered approach. So we're definitely going to have to see. Let me know in the comments, what do you think Biden is going to pick? Do you think that we're closer to $10,000 or $50,000 in student loan forgiveness? Possibly $10,000 in student loan forgiveness. I can see that. But is it going to be in 2022? We're going to see real soon. Well, I hope that this was helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, turn your notification bell on so you will be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time.